Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. Before I get to Anonymous video, please go to the description box, click on the Rumble link. I ask everybody to watch over there as I'm still monetized, and it'll help out with the channel. On to the video. I got another black-pilled video to review. This one seems, it's much shorter. So here we go.
After that motherfucking podcast, bring that bitch down to the fucking floor. Fuck you talking around, bitch. Period.
What? All right, I gotta slow this down. Oh, it's normal speed. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, let's see. Let's back this up again.
After that motherfucking podcast, bring that bitch down to the fucking floor. Fuck you talking around, bitch. Period.
Today I want to
burn it down to the floor. Okay.
Talk about what I think a lot of people are talking about, and that is what many are calling the tragic death of George Floyd. The tragic death at the hands of the state, the stormtroopers of the state, using excessive force and killing an innocent black man yet again. When is it going to stop?
Yeah. An innocent man who held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach and then beat the living daylights out of her. This was the hero of the left. This is what sparked the fuse that we're dealing with today.
When is it going to stop? When is all this unwarranted and disproportionate force that's used against black people, innocent black people, from cops, usually white cops, killing innocent black people over and over and over? When is it going to stop? And I see all these people talking about how, oh no, it's not about race. It's not about race. It's about the state. It's about the jackbooted thugs of the state. We should be on their side. It's not about race. And I want to be very clear when I say this. You people disgust me, and you're liars. You're not.
That's Macy's. That's Macy's Herald Square. And I found out they got rid of the canines. They got rid of the dogs. I'd have probably been in prison if I had still been there. Unbelievable.
Not wrong, you're fucking liars. And I'll prove it right now. If the cop had been black, would this be happening right now? You know the answer to that. I know the answer to that. Everyone listening right now knows the answer to that. Don't pretend you don't know the answer to that. If the cop had been black, if everything else had been exactly the same, and the only difference was that the officer restraining George Floyd, who was high on fentanyl and meth, and we'll get into that in a second. If the officer restraining George Floyd had been black, would any of this have happened? And the answer, of course, is no.
Not to this level. No, not the rioting. It's so annoying to watch.
It's about race, and everyone on the fake right, including Trump, by the way.
And understand something with Chauvin, that move he put on him, the knee on his neck. He wasn't on his neck. He was on his shoulder blade. And that is exactly how he was trained to do it by the Minneapolis Police Academy. And that evidence was suppressed by the judge. And I've said this before about Derek Chauvin. Okay, he got a raw deal, obviously. But I have to I take that with a huge grain of salt. Because up until this day, I'm sure Chauvin was out there working in a Democrat city for a Democrat mayor, for a Democrat police chief, enforcing all the bullshit COVID lockdowns. He was just as much as a jackboot on COVID and all that as any other these as these tyrants were. He just got caught up in something else and became a political football. So I have a difficult time having too much compassion for him.
Trying to make it sound like it's about something else is a liar and a coward. But you know what? I will concede one thing. It is about how we've been treating black people in this country.
Love jumping on stuff. They love jumping on things.
I do a lot of movie reviews, and sometimes I do TV, and there's been times when people have asked that I take a look at Twilight Zone episodes, and there's one in particular that really comes to mind when I think about how we treat blacks in this country. There's this episode, perhaps you've seen it, it's pretty famous, I think you've probably seen it, where there's this small town. And in this town, there's a child, and for some reason, everyone seems very eager to please this child. If he says the sky is green, they say, oh yes, oh yeah, it is. Now that you mention it, it is green.
I'm wondering if this episode was remade, because this doesn't look familiar, but it sounds familiar from, they did remakes of the Twilight Zone, and I think that's what it was in the 80s, where there was this little kid, his name was Anthony, and the entire family was terrified. Anything he wanted to eat, anything he wanted to watch, anything he wanted to do. And it turned out, I think the kid had some kind of psychic power where he could move things and he could end you just by his thoughts. So I'm wondering if this is the original of the remake I saw in the 80s.
You're right, it's green. Wow, thanks, Billy, or whatever his name is.
It's like almost the same scene.
And this kind of thing goes on throughout the whole episode. Everyone's just real eager
I don't think his name was Billy, though. I'm pretty sure it was Anthony.
to please and go along with whatever Billy says. And then you find out it's because Billy...
And then in the end of the episode, because he brought his teacher home because he was given some kind of, like, nobody liked him and she felt bad for him, so she took him home and got invited in. And at the end, he did something to the family. I don't remember if he offed them, but he ends up leaving with the teacher, and the teacher is now going to take care of this little monster for life. It's got to be the same, because it was the same thing. They're sitting around, they're watching the TV, they were eating cereal and candy for dinner, watching cartoons, the whole thing. The whole thing. It's got to be the same. It's got to be a remake that I saw.
Billy has magical powers.
Yep, it's the same one.
Billy can make people disappear permanently.
That was it. Can make them disappear.
Billy can turn people into horrifying monsters.
I remember that he sealed the grandfather's mouth. He took the mouth away, just sealed it shut in the episode I saw.
Burn people alive. He can do whatever he wants. You see, Billy is this omnipotent child. He thinks like a child, he reasons like a child, but he has the powers of a god. He can make your life end like that.
Yep.
And you mustn't think bad thoughts about me either, or I'll do the same thing to you.
So everyone walks around on eggshells. They want to make sure Billy's happy. And that's exactly how we treat black people in this country. We treat them like little children that we can't talk about uncomfortable subjects with, because if we do, they'll get mad and burn down the fucking city.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what's going on right now. And when Trump tweets out that we have to honor the memory of the man that was killed, George Floyd, he's doing it because he's treating black people like a little child that he doesn't want to anger.
Because he knows what the result's going to be.
That's why we're in the situation that we're in right now.
And the most frustrating thing, about it, for me, and I know a lot of people who have had dealings with me. I'm talking about at Macy's, making thousands of arrests. Thousands of arrests. The thing you learn real quick, one-on-one, two-on-one, they're pussies. They're pussies. They can't handle themselves. They can't fight. They're tough in groups. They're tough in packs. That's how they attack. I mean, there's a litany of videos online of fights with white people, where the white guys, and where it's one-on-one or two-on-one, and the white guy is getting the better, and they can't have that. And that's when 5 more jump in, and the kicks to the head, and one-on-one ain't happening. And when you tell them that, and when you look at them, and you let them know, I know you're full of shit. I used to say, don't let this fool you. I know. What are you going to do with those show muscles? I know. I know how to put your lights out. Oh boy. The whites in the eyes get real big. Frustrating. Frustrating as hell. Because he's right. You know, it's just walking on eggshells. That's why Trump got back in. It's a big part of the reason why Trump got back in. People have had it. The fatigue is real. The fatigue has spread beyond just white people. The Asians, Latins, Hispanics. It is what it is.
The whole town held hostage by this omnipotent child. And like I said, this is about race, just like...
But you also got to throw in the media, the Democrat, the left-wing Democrat liberal politicians, the feminists. They don't see them as people. They just see them as tools. They see them as their attack dogs. And like I've been saying, this is a monster that you can't control. This is a monster that will eventually turn on them. And it always happens. And you're seeing it now.
Like Ferguson was about race, just like Trayvon Martin was about race. And what do all three of these have in common, other than the fact that it was wildly publicized in the media? Oh my God. Yet again, the black man, victim to the white man. And every time, including today, they fall apart. In Trayvon Martin's case, George Zimmerman wasn't white, they find out too late after they'd already started the narrative. So now he became something we'd never heard of before. He was a white Hispanic. And little by little, the Trayvon Martin story fell apart. In the case of Ferguson, all we heard about was the gentle giant. He said, please don't shoot. He had his hands up. He said, don't shoot.
While he's strong arm robbing a convenience store for a box of Swisher Sweets.
But the cop, fueled by racism and hatred that always keeps the black man down in this country, callously opened fire for no other reason than he just fucking hated black people. And then, of course, we see the video that shows that Michael Brown had just finished robbing a convenience store.
Mm-hmm. Gentle giant.
Manhandling the clerk out of the way. And then, according to testimony from black people, I might add, he didn't have his hands up. He didn't say, don't shoot. He charged the cop with the intent to wrestle the gun from him and possibly murder him. This is from testimony from black witnesses to investigators that were sent there from a black attorney general who worked for a black president. And yet, how many black people do you know that even know that? How would they know that? when everyone treats them like a child you can't anger. And now here we are once again. George Floyd, upstanding citizen, only did 5 years.
Well, where do they learn this behavior from? They learn it from the single mother queen bee who can't be told anything. So all their conflict resolution skills, they are learning from watching their mother. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're dealing with women in men's bodies, with men's testosterone, with no ability to conflict resolve without violence, without freaking out. Because that's all they've learned from their mother, watching her tear up Cracker Barrels, or tear up Waffle Houses, or Burger Kings, or McDonald's because the ice cream machine isn't working, or Chipotle because they're getting charged for extra sauce. They can't hear the word no. Why? Because their mother, the queen bee, couldn't hear the word no.
For breaking into a woman's house and holding her at gunpoint while he robbed her. Sounds like a great guy to me. High on speedballs. Takes three
Philly.
people to restrain him. And you know what? I'm gonna dig into that for a second. If you want to be on Team Ben Shapiro and be like, we have to agree that this is evil. We have to agree that it's evil.
Didn't I just see him this morning and say I threw up in my mouth? I got to throw up again.
I'd be willing to bet that most of the people freaking out and saying, "Oh, it's excessive." You've probably been in about as many fights as Ben Shapiro. Mm-hmm. You've probably never had to try to restrain a 200-pound plus guy who's high on speed. Oh, but he said he couldn't breathe. They should have got out of him really?
If you can sit, anybody who's trained to make arrests, physical arrests, is trained. If they're talking, they're breathing. If you can't breathe, you can't speak. It's not possible.
How many times do you think they hear that? How many times do you think a cop, when they're trying to restrain someone, they're like, "Ow, my hands hurt. Oh, I can't breathe. Oh,
that's great.
Please let go."
Looters robbing from each other. I mean, it's that quick that they turn.
Oh, and they're supposed to just risk it. They're supposed to just risk it because, that looks too rough. This has nothing to do with police brutality. Absolutely goddamn nothing. This is about multiculturalism failing. Stop being cowards on race. You don't have to like cops. You think it's edgy to not like cops? No one likes cops.
Right.
Stop being cowards on race for the exact same reason you treat black people like children. Stop being afraid of what'll happen if you tell the truth.
Because most
black-pilled, I'm Devin Stack.
Because most white people would rather take the beating. The beating is less severe than the consequences of being put through the system as a racist. That was the reality. Now, depending on where you live, that's still the reality. Now, where I live, in the state of Florida, they jump in front of your car like that, a group of them, you can back up and hit them harder. You don't have to sit there. You can just hood ornaments. But understand where they learned to behave like this, to conflict resolve like this, why they can't be told no. Because that's what they learned from their single queen bee mother. It is what it is. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, Anonymous, for the contribution and the clip. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you want to expose, you want to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this to someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do. Either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. If you haven't watched the video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.